Okay, so this is how to throw a punch correctly. Alright, I'm just playing, but stick around for the end of the video where I will show you bad technique and good technique. And your job is to choose what is the mistake. Let's get it. Okay, firstly we want to find out what to punch with. So that's gonna be your first two knuckles. Some people say to punch with your third or fourth knuckle, but really as long as your bones are stacked in your punch, then that's good. And what I mean by that is that your arm is perfectly straight when you land your punch. There's no bend in your wrist or elbow. Everything is perfect in straight line. The first punch of today's video is called jab, and the reason that we have jab is to gauge distance, so see how far away your opponent is. And for speed, it's a very fast punch, not as much power behind. I like to step in with my jab, so my lead foot takes a step forward as I throw my punch, and it's really important that as soon as my punch lands, that's when my foot lands as well. If my opponent is not that far away, I'm just gonna throw my jab, I'm not gonna step. Cross is next, and this is the punch that we're throwing to hurt our opponent. Because it's further back, we get more distance and we can turn through the punch more, so we get more power into it. I see a lot of people fall off balance with this punch, and that's why having a strong stance, core, and bringing your hands back is so important. Don't let your hand stay in front of you, bring it back right away. Torque is really important, and what that is a twisting power. So when I twist my foot through the ground, that will give me more impact. The left hook is designed to go around your opponent's guard, because their hands are usually in front of their face, so we're aiming around that. Again, the priority is to turn through your core, turn through your hips, but this time we're going to create an L shape with our arm, and we're trying to protect your chin by keeping your elbow up high, and we're going to turn through with your foot as far as you can. The worst thing that you can do for this punch is open up your guard. So you'll notice from this side angle that I'm trying my best to keep my punch as tight to my body as possible. I'm not overextending or I'm going to fall off balance or get countered. Right hook is essentially the same thing. You may find that you can punch harder if that's your dominant hand. But yeah, just keep the elbow up, keep it tight to your body, and bring your hand back as soon as you can. Turn through your hips, turn through your core, turn through your shoulders, all the basics, and keep your other hand up as well. I actually prefer to use my left hook over my right hook just because it's gonna land faster, it's closer to my opponent. So, but also throwing right hooks to the body and switching sides is a good tactic. Right uppercut, or uppy as I like to call it, is a very sweet short punch that will hurt your opponent quickly if you do it properly. So the correct way to get power is to bend over to one side as if you were doing a slip, and you're going to use the upward movement coming back to use your hips to explode into the punch. You'll notice that I don't lean over very far to one side because this will telegraph to my opponent that I'm going to throw a punch. The left side is more or less the same thing, but again, because this is your left side and not your dominant arm, you're going to want to bend over way further than the right, which will really show that your opponent that you're trying to throw a uppercut on the left side. So, keep it tight to your body. Don't let your opponent see it coming, or else he's gonna slip and throw something back. And so what we have here is just me hitting the pads, working on each individual punch. And I'll go over a couple of technical points here. So you can notice that I'm breathing on each punch I throw. It's really important to build rhythm, and I'm doing my very best not to telegraph. So as soon as I start moving, my opponent should have no idea which punch I'm trying to throw. I'm not wasting any energy by being off balance. I'm coming right back to my face with the hand that I throw. And just as important is I'm keeping my hand that's not throwing a punch up by my face. So here is me throwing combos. They're just really small, easy combos. Once you get used to punching single punches and you get each of them down with good technique, now you can start to throw 1-2s, 1-2-3s. So that's jab, cross, hook. And yeah, work on your speed. Speed equals power, and power equals speed. And here, if you have a partner and they're a beginner, just go like a little bit slower. So mix it up, use different numbers, but don't be too confusing and go like 1 2 3 6 6 4 6 3 6, right? Nothing like that. And move around, use the area, make sure that it's simulating what a real fight would actually feel like. Alright guys, so now that we know how to do each individual punch, I'm going to show you the wrong technique and you guys are going to let me know, is it option 1, option 2, or option 3? What's the mistake that I'm making? The correct answer is that I'm dropping my hands. People that do this when they throw a punch will easily get picked off by people who know how to do boxing. They're always looking for people to open up their guard. Here's the next one. What's the problem with this cross? So if you chose option 1, then you are correct. This punch looks really ugly to me. What I have to do is just turn my whole body and get a lot more torque effect that I talked about before. Alright, and this last one, I mean, it looks pretty clean to me. It's gonna be pretty hard to choose something that's wrong here, but let me know what you think it is. You guys out there that said option 3, you guys got it correct, and I'm glad you did, because if you throw a hook like this, you will get caught. For sure, you will get countered. It's never safe to be opening up your guard like that just to try and throw a power hook. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. That's the end of the video, and comment below 2 things for me. 1, what's your favorite punch? And 2, what would you like to see me do a video on next? Thanks and peace out.